Secure your Elixir apps with Paraxial IO. From code analysis and bot defense to dependency checks, they've got you covered. Elixir first design with GitHub integration. Elevate your security at Paraxial.io. All right, and we are live. Today I have Mike with me. Hostettler, is that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm known for just butchering last names, so
Got it. You nailed it.
awesome. So today's gonna be fun. We're doing another vibe coding session, and I think Mike is going to kind of walk us through his workflow of how he sets up features and uses AI to plan projects. And I think we're gonna build a hex package, yeah?
Yeah, it's the idea. We're going to build out a package to manage LLM contexts. So we'll go through the process. Nothing exists yet. Obviously, you've done a little bit of this before and have some stuff to pull from, but we'll just start fresh and jump right into it.
Yeah, I think this will be cool. I've never built a package, so let alone publish it to Hex, the Hex store, or whatever you would call it. I don't.
Repository, yeah.
Yeah,
Package
repository. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So, do you want me to drive, or do you want to drive the beginning
So
here?
I'll go ahead and drive it first, and we can get the planning in, and maybe talk through a little bit of workflow, and then yeah, we can just kind of go for it. So
All
let me
right,
get that
cool.
going.
I'm gonna pull up
Um,
your screen. Is everything good to share?
yep.
All
Yep,
right.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh, actually, it is a black screen. Let me add the source again. No, it is not showing up.
Oh, maybe if I have to share it.
There it
Hey, there
goes.
we go.
All right, cool. Now I
My
see
bad.
Claude, I think, or no, a browser.
Yeah. Browser, Chat GPT.
That looks about right. All right,
Okay,
cool.
cool. So, planning any project, and especially in the age of AI with some of these advanced agents, I typically spend time planning through and taking an idea and fleshing it out. Um, there's various forms of this. The latest form I've been using is a approach. And I have to find the blog post, but there's a CTO in Chicago that I pulled this from. He did a nice blog post on what he does for planning. And I've used O1 Pro for planning. I've used O1. I've used different forms of this. Claude. The best one right now is O3. And I keep snippets of prompts for planning in Raycast. So I have again, you can kind of have these type uh, little snippets. So I keep my prompts in here that you can just type. Now I'm going to show you how it works. So if I typed P idea start, that's prompt idea start, and I can throw that in. But now we'll just hit enter and pop that into our O3 prompt. And then I'm going to see if this will work, but I don't type a lot anymore. I use a tool called Super Whisper.
All right.
So here's Super Whisper. I have a model downloaded to my laptop that it uses to transcode my voice when I like kind of riff on an idea. So I'm going to try that now because again, I'm going to, we're not going to skip any steps here. So, all right, so let's do this. I'm going to start. I have a hotkey, start Super Whisper, and it's going to catch me. But so the idea is we want to build a hex package to manage an LLM context and the data structure for an LLM context. The goal is one simple package with one role that manages the list of messages from either the system prompt, the user prompt, or the kind of agent prompt. We want to have template replacement through ecto templates, excuse me, not ecto templates, but EEx templates in Elixir and Liquid templates. We want to be able to add tool calls and media to this context, and it be managed as a single thing that, again, as a data structure, immutable data structure that we can work with. We want to be able to compact this list of messages and understand the amount of tokens involved so we can kind of manage our token count, compact it if we need to compact it to save on tokens, and then add parameters such as temperature and max tokens so we can deal with limits. So again, it's just a utility package. It's going to be a hex package without any OTP supervisors. It's just data management. So that is now transcoding. And of course, I wasn't clicked in there. So let me get the history.
At least you can grab the history. Can you
Yeah.
slide your browser more like center to your desktop? Just
Yeah.
because our heads are in the top right corner. Perfect. Or I'm in the top right corner, you're in the top left corner.
Yeah, good. So I'm going to take this, I'll paste this in. Chop out the first little bit. You can see I'm going to like EEx templates. All right, so there's our idea. There's O3 going step by step to help us kind of plan this out. And then I will just answer questions here. So it's going to think. And I mean, I get a lot of ideas. It's good to think through them and come up with like what the milestone is. So whenever I jump into something, I want to figure out what the end milestone is so I can put the idea down and pick it back up another time. So shape of a single message in the context, what exact fields do you want the message to carry? Role, raw content, rendered content, template reference, tool call metadata, and which of these should be mandatory versus optional. The first type we want to support is a typical LLM message. So role, raw content and rendered content. Then we want more message. So again, just go for it.
I was gonna say Anon asked no Claude today, so we
Yeah.
might use Claude today, but Mike is gonna run us through. We'll probably be using AMP code because that's his preferred.
Yeah, we'll show you a
agent.
little AMP code as well.
So we'll be using some new tools today, and I think it's pretty fun to just see everyone's different workflows on how they make AI work for them.
So let's tool call media message variants. Want to be LM all agnostic. So these general these defaults. Sometimes it'll ask questions that I just don't know the answer to, or it's like, I want you to figure that out. That's why I'm using an LLM. And it does a pretty good job when I push back on it. Tool call message, media message. Yeah, those make sense. So when you're done with this part of the process, there's another snippet that I've got called Brainstorm Complete. That is, now that we've wrapped up our brainstorming process, it compiles the entire conversation into a project requirements document, which is pretty slick. While it's doing that, so
that is cool.
Earning token count, compaction strategy, which of these others do you want to bake in the core struct? Those all make sense. I like the idea of different action. So here's an idea, like, again, it's a good idea where the LLM comes up with kind of this extension point rather than a simple compaction. Um, and usually it's good to like riff off of the plan a little bit. So it should be nearing um, we'll have a token compaction. We'll have a token counter into it so that we don't need that.
Anon, we are going to build a basic context manager package to just keep track of your project context, essentially, and LLM token usage. Someone asked if you could make the font larger.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
How's that, NJI? It should be good.
Sweet, I can pull up.
Perfect. Awesome.
Okay.
Do you find yourself, if you are dictating, do you lose your skills on the keyboard or not really?
I still type a lot, so
Yeah,
no, not
yeah.
really.
Okay.
Um,
My greatest fear of leveraging like LLMs and like Claude code is forgetting how to
yeah,
write code.
it that I would say over 50% of the code these days is
Generated and you're just reading it and being like, yeah, that
yeah,
looks good.
yeah.
We've been
So this is
just,
an interesting one. Um, Sorry.
I was going to say, we've just become code reviewers at this point.
Yeah, no kidding. So this is an elixirism that it seems like the models really like of using tuples with an atom as the first element in the tuple, um, rather than any macros. So as
Okay.
I've written more Elixir with LLMs, they don't like the magic. The magic of macros becomes kind of too specific. So this pattern ends up making a lot more sense to them because
Okay.
it's kind of a native language feature. Standardized on inline strings.
That makes sense. And I mean, like, even when I write macros, I confuse myself. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're difficult sometimes. Now, was the tuple concept, was that in your prompt or is that just kind of what it
No,
spit out? Okay.
this is part of the Vibey process where I'll start with an idea, and that's why I like this. It really rubber ducks to fill in the details that the coding agent needs to come out the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I can't remember. Someone commented on my podcast yesterday that just building like a rubber duck
yeah,
chat bot would be a really cool idea where it only kind of like returns questions back to you and it doesn't actually fully solve things, but it makes you,
yeah.
in the creative state. Users will actually work. Context module, for instance, new, put model, add message. How does like the compact, like
Yeah,
you always see that, right? When you like hit their context limit, right?
yeah.
Is it kind of like what is the magic behind that? Do you know?
My guess is it's just a LLM prompt asking to summarize the current history.
And yeah, just taking like the
Yeah,
major bullet points kind of.
yeah, yeah. So I do use this phrase idiomatic that in my prompting with Elixir tends to help as well.
Okay.
It keeps it much more aligned to the basic language.
And do you prefer O3 just for like the planning stage? Does it seem to
For
be
the
the
planning
best?
stage, so it's kind of a cost benefit thing. There was a while where I plunked down the $200 a month for O1 Pro
Mm-hmm.
and would use that. I know there's O3 Pro that came out maybe a week ago. I haven't used it enough. The stuff that I'm doing, it feels like it just doesn't need that level of sophistication for the models. We've kind of hit this place where, the sweet spot of what, $20 a month for this, and I've never hit a limit,
Yeah.
is, pretty crazy.
I've been impressed with like what Claude Code, what you get out of it for $20 a month.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Because if you're doing like open router or whatever and paying per token,
Yeah.
dude, you can spend like $100 a day if you're not careful, if or more, you know?
Yeah. Easy. I mean, that's where AMP code is metered. So I spent a lot of money with AMP code, but it's good. It's good.
uh,
So
well, it's cheaper
that's
than
why we should try
hiring an.
both.
It's probably cheaper than hiring another dev, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. It's talking about that exact question, compaction strategies you want to ship out of the box.
It's listening
Keep
to
it
us.
basic. Seriously. The system prompt should be retained. Then the history should be summarized. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so it never stops asking questions is part of the challenge. And it'll just keep going. So there's a point where I jump into my snippets and then I will wrap up the brainstorming process and let's just grab a and here we go. Here's our entire kind of plan. So model agnostic utility for constructing, inspecting, and compacting message histories for LLM calls makes sense. I'll typically read down through it and double check this. So all prompt elements, calls, media references, and one immutable Elixir struct. Yep. Model agnostic, extensible, token aware. Absolutely. Explicit compaction. Yep. We never want to do it automatically. And then builder friendly API, clear functions. Great. Core data structures. Sounds good. Sounds good. Struct is opaque to consumers. Use public functions. Yep. Message protocol. So a couple things. Add an implementation for the inspect protocol so we can easily debug the struct. Message protocol. That's wrong. So in Elixir, we don't want to call it a protocol. That will mess up the LLM. This is a behavior. And so it's we'll change that when we write the plan. LLM message, tool call message, media message, that makes sense. So again, that's implemented as a behavior. Template references, use verbatim, behaviors, default adapters. So this is kind of cool. So it's got these kind of extension points. Summarize history. So that'll be our first implemented. And then public API, LLM context, new, put model, put ops, add, render, token count, compact. Nice. Okay, good. All mutators, return this. Testing plan, unit tests, ignore property tests, use mimic for mocking, regression suite, concurrency. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, okay. We're aiming for 90% test coverage. I like that.
Yeah. We'll see. That's an interesting one. We'll leave it in there. I'll leave it in there. Um, I don't like the name LM context. Give me 10 alternative ideas. So this is where it gets annoying. It's going to give me like changes to the spec. That's kind of lame, but we'll ask it for the full revised spec rather than us having to merge the two together. All right,
Yeah,
what do we think
perfect.
for a name?
All right, everyone. We got 40 viewers right now, so we need a good context manager name. We got Prompt Kit, Context Forge, Prompt Ledger, Chatsmith, Prompt Vault. I kind of
Chad
like
Smith.
I like the
Vault's cool
Vault.
too. Prompt
Contexter.
Vault.
Prompt Vault is kind of cool, right? Prompt Flow, Prompt Craft, Lexicon X. We got to stay away from the X. We can't go down that.
Yeah,
We can't go
no.
down that path. I if no one chimes in, I kind of like Prompt Vault. Maybe we could get some more like variations off of that one.
I'm feeling
Pro-
Prompt Vault too.
Someone said Prompt Mentor.
Prompt Mentor. What do you think?
I like Prompt Vault because that is
Yeah,
like what it is.
yeah, yeah. Prompt Vault's good. Okay. Use Prompt Vault as the name. Okay, so it's going to go integrate it all for us now, and that's the plan.
All right, sweet.
Oh, not Harrison. Let me find. That's a cool picture. Let's see what's going on here while it does this. Oh, what did it do? Okay, it's doing an artifact. Nice.
I feel like I haven't used ChatGPT in a while. It's made a lot of changes.
Per read. Here is the blog post that I've kind of been working through. Harper Reed is the name of the gentleman. I kept thinking it was Harrison. So great read. And this is where I lifted the prompts from. You can see kind of his idea of here's how you
Okay.
go through and shape down the idea. Um, it's nice to be able to start with just a sentence for an idea.
Can you
We've
send me
wrapped up.
this link in the chat in video,
Yeah,
and then I'll share it to all the viewers, and then I'll make sure I add it to the description.
great.
Perfect.
Okay, so step 2, planning, and we'll drop this in. Um, so I'm gonna save this off, and I'm copying out the markdown. We're gonna open up a new chat, and I'm gonna paste that in. It's actually I want to modify it just a little bit. Okay, prompt vault. Let's make this a little bit prettier. CRD, purpose and scope, unified context, prompt vault context. We got to change the message variants. So we want it to behavior, spelled the British way, because that's how we do it in Elixir.
I know it always throws me off.
Behavior. Okay. Inspect protocol. Good. We've got that. Concise one-liner while avoiding full message dumps. And then our public API, mutators, testing strategy, mocking, mimic. Oh yeah, this is cool. Check this out. It added this right here as our public API. So alias PromptVault, PromptVault.new. It added the model. Interesting. I wonder if it grabbed a little extra scope there. I'm not convinced on that one, but that makes sense of passing in all your sort of pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is cool. Properties, compact. You could get token count off of that. So it does this too. It's like throws in, if you've ever seen a PRD come out and say like something we can vibe code in 30 minutes, it'll say, 16 weeks to implement it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like non-goals.
Yeah, you move really fast when you just tell it to go.
Yeah. Okay. So we're good to go there. Let's take this now and we're going to ask it to build out a plan. So, and we want to do this TDD style because it's a package. We want test coverage along the way. So
Yep.
draft a detailed step-by-step blueprint. Use Markdown, each prompt. I'm going to throw in another snippet I've got. So I have several Elixir spec prompt templates. So your principal Elixir engineer, distributed systems architect with extensive experience in all these different pieces, and we can share these prompts out, no problem. I've tweeted about them before.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure people would love this.
There's my mocking with mimic. There was a while that I think this is fixed, but all the LLMs would generate the old logger.warn instead of every single time. Provide permit. Okay, so that's good. Now let's throw our spec in. So I do use these XML tags. Have you used Repo Prompt?
I have not, no.
Okay, we'll find a reason to use Repo Prompt in a little bit. So here's our prompt. We're going back to 03, and we wanted to give us a full plan now, TDD plan. Yeah, let's just leave it and see how far I can get with this one. For funsies, we'll go do this in T3 chat too. So I honestly don't know. There's different levels of 03 thinking. This is, so I have 25 deep researches left. Because again, I'm on the plus plan. We're going to set that one to go, and it'll take a little bit. But then we'll pop over to T3 chat. So if you follow Theo, T3 with 03 is a premium model, but then he exposes 03 high in the reasoning effort. And again, just to show you all the models, whenever I want, it's $8 a month, and I don't, it's just nice to be able to try everything.
Yeah, that is nice.
So there's 03 Pro, which you have to bring your own key for. I don't have that. 03 Mini, and we're just going to use 03 paid through him and his T3 chat.
Okay.
And maybe we should try Opus too. That would be kind of fun. So we're going to do 03 high. and we'll set that to go. And then I love Claude. Claude's my go-to.
Claude
It's just,
is pretty much
dude,
all I use, and then I feel like I don't know the benefits of any other model.
yeah. All right, let's let it cook on this because this is going to be. So I also have these code styles I use and make extensive use of. Um, it comes with concise, explanatory, and formal, and then I have code surgeon, cartographer, and professor. I pretty much write all my docs with the code cartographer now. It's great at writing docs. It's fantastic with
That's
Repo
amazing.
Prompt.
Yeah.
So all right, we'll paste this in here. We'll let Opus crank, and then so yeah, it's still chewing. Oh no, it's done. Okay. Three pass planning sequence that converges from a high level architect blueprint down to a bite-sized first implementation prompts. Nice. Create the mix project. Core behaviors, contract design, message variants, token accounting. We have some tricks we'll pull in for all of this.
I'm excited.
All right, so do you want to drive AMP and build this out?
Sure, man. I can do that.
Let's do it.
All right.
So I'll show you. Oh, that's all chewing. Okay, good. We've got great prompts here. Fantastic. So good. It's so nice when it comes out nice like that.
That is nice.
So we've got great plans. So let's talk about AMP code. So AMP code is a new agent. This is my solo, and I have it installed in Cursor. You get $10 free off of this.
Okay.
So you should be able to get going with $10 on it.
Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and sign up right now before I share my screen.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then I install it and use it as a VS Code extension.
Perfect. That's what I'll do as well.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I have it installed. Do I need to add credit card info to use it, or will it just?
No, you should be able to go off of the first
Okay, perfect.
$10 that you get.
All right. Oh,
And
I'm
if
gonna have
we,
to share my screen on video for you.
okay, so should I stop sharing?
You can keep sharing, it won't matter.
Okay.
I'm just gonna end up showing everyone my screen instead, so it'll be
Okay,
fine.
sweet.
And then let me know if you can see my screen, and then
Yep.
I'll switch over so everyone else can see my screen. You are sharing. I know I'm sharing my entire screen. It's scary. All right. Okay, so let me pull up my terminal. And I'll just CD to my desktop. All right. And what's the plan? Should I create a Phoenix project and then add the plan documentation, or how do we move forward?
So our first prompt is to create the Phoenix project. We got to find a way to get these prompts to you, but I would just start one yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Mix.new PromptVault.
Do I have to do? Why do I not? Can you message me in the video, and I can pull up all those
Yep.
prompts too, and then we'll start from. I think the video will let you. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. right, and then we'll just PromptVault.
You know what? We want to make a Git repo for this first, and that would be a good way for us to share files back and forth.
Oh yeah, that would be good. You want me to create one?
Yeah, go ahead, and I'll give you my Git username. We can get connected there, and then I'll throw the PRD and I'll throw the markdown in there. Sweet, yeah.
PromptVault. We'll make it public. Create repository. All right, and then I'm going to. This was. Let's see. AMP code is installed. Why am I not
Sweet.
seeing? Oh, here's. I'm just going to use Claude Code real quick and tell it to make the initial commit. Why? Come on, work. There it is. Okay. Okay, create initial commit and push to GitHub. Yeah, get a knit, do it. It is kind of fun to just, not do things.
Yep.
and just let the agents drive sometimes. Remember when AI struggled to code? Now Claude can one-shot some complex. I know it has gotten pretty dang good in the last 6 months. All right. Yep. Git add. Let's go. Initial commit. Git push origin.
Okay, cool. Cool.
All right, now it should be
There
up.
it is.
All right, sweet.
Very cool. All right, can you add me to that project, please?
Yeah.
Under settings at the top. Yeah. Yep. Ooh.
Okay.
I just pasted my username into.
Oh,
Yep.
perfect. I gotta find my chat. There you are. I got so many windows open when I stream.
Okay, sweet.
All right.
Oh, looks like it was Mick instead of Mike.
Uh-oh. I just gave a random person access.
Mick better be a Elixir developer.
We'll just trash him. There we go. All right.
All good.
Add people. I thought I copied your entire hero.
Yeah, it went in there. I don't know what happened.
There we go.
It's a bug on GitHub's part. All
Yeah,
right, there we go.
We'll blame GitHub for sure. It's not
Okay,
user
cool.
error. That's impossible.
Not user error.
Yeah.
In the age of agents, no way.
Yeah. Could never. All right. You're going to go ahead and just push up all the...
I'm going to push up the markdown files. Yeah.
Perfect. Feel free to push directly to main.
Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, I'm gonna make a plans folder.
Perfect. I guess I can show your screen
But yeah, if you want to.
as I wait. Otherwise, people get bored staring at my terminal.
Okay. Let's go back and find those. So you kind of decide which plan we want to go through. We have 3. I'm going to just throw all 3 in there just for everybody's reference.
Okay.
And then I'm going to call this.
Oh yeah, I'll share the repo link with everyone too right now.
Yeah. Plan Opus. Plan C303I. And let's do plan 03 web. Okay, so just in terms of the length of these plans, Opus is the wordiest plan.
All right.
That's funny. Okay, so it got the behaviors right.
Okay, nice.
Template engines. Okay, PromptVault. Token counter integration. So I'm going to add in a couple things just to help us out here because create a mock. We'll leave it go. I would just say that's the one I was looking for and it got it. So that's cool. API completion and polish. I don't know, which one do you want to use? We've got 3 options. I'd say seems like it's the most detailed.
Let's go with the Opus, the most detailed. I think that'll be good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to commit this, push it up straight to master or main.
Don't do this at home, kids.
I don't even write my own commit messages anymore. I don't know where this comes from, but I generate and push. Okay. You want to take it back and.
Someone asked what happened to the Claude plan.
We didn't do that. Well, that's Claude Opus.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We could try Claude, basic Claude.
No, I think this is fine.
Prompt go.
All right. I have, let's see. Plans. Okay. I got all 3 of those. And I wouldn't waste our time. I think it's fine. All right. So here we are. We got our Opus plan here. And I'm going to just, am I turning off? I'm not using Claude Code now, right?
Yeah. So let's go over to AMP.
All right. I got AMP.
And okay. So first thing with AMP, AMP works off of, it's a longer running agent. So it needs heavy planning is kind of the idea. And I would click on the gear. So your API key, you're signed in, MCP servers. We don't need Playwright for this. We're not doing any UI stuff, but I use Tidewave extensively. We're not at a stage where we would add Tidewave quite yet. And Tidewave needs a web endpoint, which we don't have. So I would skip that. But for the audience to know, I use Tidewave quite a bit here, and AMP does well with Tidewave.
Yeah, we use Tidewave in my last live stream as well. So if we want to add it, we can add it once we're like
Okay, sweet.
able to run our server and start running
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
but we can wait. We can wait on that. Tidewave's pretty impressive.
Tidewave's pretty sweet.
I was blown away. All right.
Under advanced settings. So this is kind of cool. It does play a notification, which I keep because you will, switch away from it as we watch the thread. But then extended thinking, so it does a giant. It burns context like crazy, which is great, and that's why it's so good.
Okay.
So we'll have fun. We may burn through $10 pretty quick. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey guys, what I'm willing to do for my live streams. You're welcome.
We can commit and toss it over to me, and I'm happy to burn some more tokens. So, all right. The 4 squares up there with new thread. That's where
All right.
That's where our existing threads are. Now we want to start a new thread. There is this idea of adding an agent.md. I tweeted at Chris McCord yesterday with Phoenix New. Elixir kind of standardizes around agents.md. There's competing standards right now. It's not a huge deal. And agent.md is kind of like the Claude MD for AMP
Gotcha.
code.
Yep.
I would say we don't need it at this stage because of our plan. The plan will have enough context into it.
All right.
So I would say, let's prompt, and then you can add the file to include the plan opus and just say, review and implement this plan. And then AMP's kind of, it's command enter. All right, so it's just going to crunch now. And we may have to sit here and it's sometimes AMP runs 20 minutes without any interaction. It's wild.
That is wild. All right.
Yeah. So again, we've made our entire plan. We're trying to one-shot PromptVault.
Dude, if we one-shot, all right, I'll be impressed if this one-shots it.
Yeah.
Are you that confident that it will?
No, but again, look what it did. So we're going to add the dependencies. There's its entire plan.
Okay.
And we'll see how far it goes.
What if we one-shot this and then it's 90% test coverage? I'll be very impressed.
Yeah.
Can we expand the agent MD? Oh, can expand on the agent MD concept. It's just kind of like the rules, like Claude MD.
Yeah.
So you add to your rules file, like if it's constantly making the same mistakes, you would correct it there, or any like just project specifications that you want to keep, you would put in that file. Yep. Yeah. We used, I'm trying to think, in the last live stream I did, I don't think we really touched the Claude MD because we created a markdown plan like this as well.
Yeah. So a lot of what I'll do in my agent, Claude MD, again, the name doesn't matter to me as much as like a lot of my CI pipelines, I'll fail if it doesn't pass formatting. So, a rule of always run mixed format before you commit any code. Hey, there's our inspector context protocol. So that's kind of cool. We want to be able to easily do, io.inspect or io.put to the EEx console, and that implementing the inspect protocol for our struct makes it pretty print. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
There's our tests. So it's starting to write tests. One of my favorite packages to use when I'm coding with LLMs and Elixir is test.watch. Let me find that and I'll share the link. So it can get away from you a little bit, but I'll install this in a project, and then in another terminal, I'll just.
We just got a beep. All right, so mixed deps git. I'll just, if I say always allow, is it only allowing this specific command?
Yes, so it filters off of mix.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. We'll allow that.
Yeah.
I like the. Did you hear the audio? Did I? Did that?
No, it didn't come through,
Okay.
but the dings are nice, right? Because you
Yeah, they
tap
are.
away. Okay, so it's trying to do testing and it messed up. So he's going to fix the tests.
All right, I'm gonna just pull up this watch thing real quick, and then we'll go back.
Yeah.
Mix. Okay,
So this
let's.
is another just huge unlock. So you install this, it only runs your dev and test environment, and then you run that mix test.watch, and oh, that stale is new. That's cool. And it will rerun your test suite every time the file changes. So as the LLM is
Oh,
coding, the way I keep it on a
I.
leash
That's
is by
cool.
running the test suite. Yeah,
Oh, nice. Okay, I like that.
it's still going. All right, tests are passing.
Okay, we got some doc tests. Oh, we got 10 tests in there. Cool.
Moving to phase two. So if you tab back over to your AMP dashboard,
Is that this?
no, not on the website,
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
and hit a refresh. How much we used? Okay, so about 64 cents.
Oh, that's honestly, that doesn't seem
That's not bad.
horrible. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's not bad.
I was using Cursor for a while. I tried Windsurf. I always end up coming back to VS Code.
Yeah,
I don't know. Is VS Code your go-to?
I have Cursor and then with AMP installed, and that's kind of my go-to now. I
Okay.
used to use the Cursor agent quite a bit, and I would say that I do this planning process when I start a project, and then I still use Cursor's Command K quite a bit to go in and surgically clean up code.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like, cause for the $20,
Yeah,
it's
no
nice,
brainer.
right? What do you think your total monthly spend is on LLMs right now?
I have I've ranged for sure.
You don't want to share, do you?
Well, so I was on an L1 kick and I tried everything, and I was up to maybe before the usage stuff really came out, $400 a month with OpenAI Pro, and that jumped up. I've canceled that because the other ones got so big, and I was doing more. I wasn't starting new projects as much as refining existing projects.
Hmm.
And then now that the usage models have come out, I really I don't like the cursor max mode as much. So I just use cursor auto mode for my IDE. And I've again T3 chat. I pay for Anthropic. I have an open router key. I've OpenAI $20 a month. So the kind of base monthly is less than $100 a month now. But
That's not bad. That's
46
pretty good.
tests, yeah, 46 tests. We're crushing it. So, but then uh, AMP code's getting expensive. I'm back up into several $100 a month.
Oh, that's funny. I have been tempted to upgrade Claude Code to $100 a month.
Yeah,
Just because, like, honestly, the $20 is really good, but then, like, when you're grinding through something and you hit that max,
yeah.
you don't always want to stop, you know?
You don't want to stop. Yeah, you don't want to stop. You got to stay in flow, and that's the big thing.
I don't know what's going on right now, but let's
All right,
see.
so check out. There's like 27% of 168K down there near the stop button.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's our thread context. And the idea of compacting threads is part of what came out of this, where this idea came from.
Mm. We have
So
a NJI is asking, is Gemini any good? And honestly, I've been pretty impressed with Gemini, like from like a planning standpoint and like
yeah,
large project like overview. It seems like it's really good for that.
yeah. Um, what you want to do? You want to let me share while this is crunching, and we'll come back to it, and I'll show you repo prompt.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sounds great.
All right, because that's a good AI Studio. So right now, I only run Gemini via AI Studio, partly because it's free. I don't use any API stuff with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Um,
NJI said it's free for students until 2026.
and I do pay for like a Gmail account. So I wonder if I get it free through that, but I've never
Oh
really
yeah,
had an issue.
nice. You
So
probably do. I probably have access. I gotta check it out more. I've only used Gemini through Open Router, so I should probably
okay.
go directly to it.
Yeah. So let's look.
I'm sorry, I
Source.
forgot. What are you showing me?
Okay, so we're going to use Gemini and this repo prompt.
Okay.
Okay, so the other project we were talking about today and what repo prompt does is it's a tool that lets you pull together your context from source code. So the guy that built it was a good dude, and he did it open source for a while, free updates, and then he now charges $15 a month for it. There is a free version that you're limited to, I think, 30,000 tokens. Um, but if it's depending on what you do. I do pay for this too. Um, there's a few alternatives coming out, but they're just not as good. So what you do is you open a folder or a set of folders, and you can go in and check these, check boxes on your file tree, and it will include all of those files in your context,
Okay. That's
source of
cool.
those files. So this is the other project we kind of had planned and prepared today. It's an open source Slack clone in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to learn about this project. It does have live view native, but we're going to ignore that part of it for now, and just I kind of want to learn about the structure of this project and ask it some questions. So I'm going to check the entire lib folder. Here I'm at 60,000 tokens. I'm sorry I can't make this bigger, but I'm going to check the entire test folder. That pops us up to 81. Not too bad. Mix.exs, README, Docker file, and I think, oh yeah, repo. So let's get that in there. Config, any JS.
Is there a max to what you can add? Like when it
Not in
comes to
repo prompt. And
nice.
so I'm at 94,000 tokens, and I want to do everything in assets except vendor.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, we don't need vendor.
John Smith goes, everyone loves Repo Prompt. And then he's also been using Repo Mix from the CLI. Picked that up from Harper's blog as well.
Yeah, I've used that as and seen that too. So what this does, and then I have a series of prompts. Um, so I have my Elixir engineering prompt, functional software architect prompt. Here's some older ones, super prompt, but it comes with these architect and engineer prompts. So I'm going to select the architect, and we'll show you what this does in just a second. But give me an overview of the back end of this code base, critique it, and give me a prioritized list of improve. So again, I just want a high level overview of these 100,000 tokens. I'm going to copy this and I'll just do a throwaway. $12,000 lines
Woo.
of copy.
Yeah.
There's its XML thing. So there's the user instructions right at the end. So LLMs will chew on that first.
Okay.
But it includes the source of all the files along with the file tree of where they sit. So you just dump that entire context right in, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So we'll save that, copy it. Now I'm going to go back to Gemini 2.5 Pro. This is the latest version that came out a couple weeks ago. Yeah, knowledge cutoff January 2025. So you just drop that in, paste the whole thing in there, and run it. And it includes, of course, let's go to my other account. Oh, what's going on? Permission denied.
Uh-oh.
Gemini doesn't like me today. But you can see it's calculated 100,000 tokens off of this. That's weird.
Wonder if their servers are down or something.
Yeah, something's goofed. There it goes.
All right, cool.
So again, this is great for the large code base, large context questions. There's my meta prompt that it included, so you can kind of save these prompts.
Oh, yeah, okay.
How's our one shot doing?
It looks like it's on the last implement, summarize history, compaction strategy right now. So it's just coding away right now.
Okay, let's see what it says. This is an excellent code base. Nice. Phoenix, Core Logic is liblax. Ooh. I do like to ask LLMs to critique code. I ask them that all the time. Just give me the good, the bad, the ugly, and I've learned a lot from that.
One of the engineers that I work with gave me such an awesome tip the other day. He always has it compare changes in the current branch to develop to make sure that
nice.
The minimal code is added and you're also following similar patterns that already exist. And that's a cool little tip to add to your
that's
MD
really
file.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
because you kind of forget you can leverage almost everything through the agent now. Use Git, you can use branch diff, all that. It's so cool.
Okay, cool. Here's our improvement plan. So overloaded contexts, highest impact change, isolating side effects and responsibilities. Isolate the APM. That's the mobile push logic. Push notifier, link previews.
All right, it's writing our
all right,
summary.
Let's go back to your screen.
And there we got a little ding right
nice.
when I finished.
Isn't that cool?
I wish I was sharing. I don't share my display, my computer audio. I probably should because it's such a good ding.
Okay.
Okay,
90
so
tests.
90 plus tests. Should I go ahead? Should we try to run them?
Yeah, I would pull up a mixed test.
Oh,
Okay,
all right.
not cool.
It's just making things up.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's struggling with the liquid templates.
Okay. So, can we tell it
All
like
right.
do we
So
prompt it here? Could we tell it
yeah,
to
before I would do that, I would go back and let's see how much it costs because you're at 71% of your token window.
Okay. Let's see.
This is just my okay, so that
We're
cost us $3.
all right.
So then I would compact the token window by clicking on the 71%, but it
Okay.
wrote 2,600 lines of code.
Dang. Okay.
So I would, yeah, I would compact the thread, or I would do a new thread with summary. We could do either one would work in this case.
Let's just do new with summary, huh?
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool.
yeah, yeah. It's sweet. And for just, uh, I would let's commit this version. I'm curious to just see, just add in all the code and commit it. AMP code does not commit automatically for you, which I do
Oh,
like.
okay. All right. Let's see. I don't think I have anything connected to this, but we can try. I don't know what it did. I wanted just to create a commit message. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
Perfect. Commit.
Yeah,
Sync.
send that up there.
All right. You should have it. All right. So now we got our nice little summary here. Do I want to ask it to run the tests or do we have to kind
Yeah.
of coach it how to fix them?
No, I would just say, review and run my tests and get all the tests to pass.
All right. Oh, I need to do command enter. That throws me off. How many passed? I forget. 130. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. All right. It even added some doc tests in there. That's cool.
I'll start reviewing the code.
What's that? There we go. Okay. I kind of like that it leaves the to-dos pinned at the bottom. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of I know others do this as well. There's things like Taskmaster that's, add-ons you can get that do the to-do engine thing.
Now, how do we know? Is it actually right? Is it writing new tests right now or is it editing? Like, do you see
I
the
think it's
git diff?
fixing.
So you can't really see the git diff as it's doing it, huh?
I'm not sure why. I'd have to scroll up and see the thread. The other part with AMP is that it saves all of your threads to its website. So if you
Okay.
go and check out, scroll up,
I just showed my
there's a
API
tab
key.
at the top. Yeah,
There we go.
threads. Yeah, so there's 22 minutes ago, 215 messages, and there's your thread. So it saves the history, which is
Okay.
cool.
That is cool. And I have to disable my API key after this.
I think it was fuzzed. Yeah, you probably,
Okay. I'm not sure if it was fuzzed when
you're
I
okay.
hovered over it on accident, though.
That
No
might,
one,
yeah, that might.
no one steal
Don't
my
feel
shit.
take it.
No one steal my shit right now until we finish this. Actually, I don't even have a credit card on this account, so it won't matter.
You're good to go.
All right. It's still doing its thing. Oh,
All
all
tests
tests
are
are
passing.
passing. I don't know if I believe it. Oh, okay. We, uh, we got
It didn't
some.
look like it installed the liquid.
Should we just manually look? We only have Mimic installed.
Oh, yeah. So that's a mess up. The package is actually called solid.
Solid. Do we want to
Yeah.
give it instructions or just put it in?
Yeah, I would tell it to, and you can just paste the URL in. Um, yep, they're solid. Yeah. And I would tell it to use that for the liquid template engine.
All right. Oh, I see what it did. It kind of hacked our tests passing, huh? It just made the tests pass.
Yeah, this is where it gets stuck a little bit. It'll fix it though.
Here it goes. Anon goes, those $10 of free credits are tempting on your API key.
You'll chew through them pretty quick.
Don't do it, guys. It'll ruin the stream. I won't be able to finish. Yeah, you can run this. Oh, Brian Carterella is asking what hex package is being built. We are building a context manager for using LLMs. We'll see how it goes.
The other one it's going to trip us up is the TikToking. So let's TikToken package is a NIF that
Ooh.
uses okay. So let's
Oh yeah, so Mike Mike tweeted that earlier, and then we kind of last minute decided to build it live.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. We were gonna what was the open source Slack clone? We were gonna add
The lax package. Yeah,
yeah
we'll get some time.
we were gonna add an agent feature to that, and then we decided it's cooler to build a hex package and get it published. All right, so it says our tests are passing.
9 failures. See if that does it again.
Brian said he did not have a good experience with vibe coding on NIF. All right. So we're just 131 tests.
How are you on API credits?
As long as no one stole them. Let's check it out. Did I go to the wrong? Here we go. We got $5, $5.29 remaining.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, sweet. All right. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna switch him back to me.
All right, you've got it.
So super cool package by SysRead. I've never met him, but Jeff built a great project called FNord. FNord is a CLI tool that will help you, kind of check out your Elixir project or any other project. Does embeddings, and there's a lot of cool examples.
Okay.
So for our token counting, what I would suggest is that we integrate FNord as a package into our context manager. Now, again, FNord does a lot more than this. It was not meant as a dependency necessarily. So there's a case to be made that maybe we shouldn't do that directly, but I also think it's worse to just extract out the token stuff. So yeah. So I'm gonna, again, I think this is a good example for repo prompt. Let's kill this. Let's add FNord.
Perfect.
Let me clone this down.
Let me push up what I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, I'd already cloned it. Okay, sweet. So,
Oops.
FNord has good documentation. It's all through hex docs, but sometimes, again, I'll just go in and use a repo prompt. I haven't been in this code base in 2 months or so. So let's do the token thing again. We're gonna take all the code, and I want to ask, I need a guide for how to utilize this package as a dependency in another Elixir package.
Can you slide this over just a little bit towards the center?
Yeah.
Perfect. Better? That's perfect. Yep.
And sorry, FNord, the repo prompt is small. I want a simple way to add FNord as a dependency.
Brian says it's FNord, not FNord.
FNord, yeah. All right, so we're going to go back to Google. So again, another good case for Google. We're going to just drop all the FNord in here. And we'll get an explainer for how to integrate it.
All right, cool. Yeah, I agree. This is next level vibe coding NIFs. John Smith goes, it's next level vibe coding.
Yeah, and NIFs are sweet, and Elixir does a lot of really cool things, but there are things that it's good at and things that it's not good at. Okay, so what did it say? Implementation plan, dependency injection. I do think FNord is published as a hex package. This guy is like a total vibe code. I love this. I love the energy. FNord. Yeah. So it's with recent release. Sweet. Okay, so we don't need to do that. FNord, deps set get, create a tokenization facade. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. And then AI pretend tokenizer guesstimate tokens. That's good enough. Okay, so I'm going to, how can I paste that to you for the next step? Well, you could just type it, honestly, because all you need is this string right here. Where? No, that's not cool. So what is it doing?
I mean, feel free to just pull the repo and add it too.
All right, let's do that.
Look, this is now pair vibe coding.
That's right. All right, so mix test. Nimble parsec. So good. Okay. So we want to replace TikTokin. And let's do this. I want to replace and
Can you
counting.
just slide your IDE
Yeah.
over just a hair? A little more.
Let me
Oh,
do
too far.
this.
You don't have to go that far.
Better?
Yeah, just have the left edge a little more.
Okay, sweet. So we want to replace TikToken with, and I'm seeing Brian, it's pronounced FNord from Principa Discordia.
Oh, here I said FNord. I can't even
FNord.
read.
We'll have to look up the reference. That's a new one on me. But it sounds pretty cool.
I want to figure out a good way to have people call in to my live streams, kind of like
that'd be sweet.
old school radio. Because it would be cool, like when people drop in, like Brian, to have them just like jump in.
So I want to reference the X package. And so it said this pretend tokenizer, and we should double check that exists because I don't believe it.
It's just hallucinating functions for us.
It might be. Oh, looky here. Pretend tokenizer.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So it wasn't hallucinating. And that's cool though. I could dig that. That is not the kind of normal Elixir way, but that makes a lot of sense. So we do want to use that. Guesstimate tokens. Perfect. Okay. So Google, you were correct. I stand corrected. Okay.
All All right, sweet.
Sweet. Okay. So it's going to refactor for us. Now while I'm doing this, typically we'll go in and look at, preparing our package for release. So we can start that and do some of that by hand. My best example, I'll get my old kind of little plug in here, is the Agent Jito stuff.
Yeah, man, you got to plug.
Got to plug a
And
little bit.
Mike's gonna be back on in a couple weeks too.
Yeah.
He'll be a guest on my podcast, and we'll be talking all about it's Jito, right?
Yep. Jito.
So it's Jito Agent, which is it'll be a lot of fun to chat about it.
So we're going to, you can edit code, sometimes not wise, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay, we want Credo, Dialyzer. Doctor's cool because it's checks your documentation coverage.
Okay.
Xdoc, Xcoveralls, Xpublish. I forget what Xpublish is. There's our mixed text watch. What's it doing? It's trying to add deps as I'm doing this. That's a bad time to start modifying mixed EEx. That's cool. That's cool. All right, we're gonna save that.
It seems like it still did all right. It just
Did okay.
Yeah,
did
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So I'll give you an example of what I'll do for. All right. So it's almost done. Updated FNord. Updated the token counter. Guesstimate tokens. Pass tests. Sweet. Okay. Fantastic. Now let's run the test ourselves. Okay, good. We're clean. Mix, compile.
And we don't have warnings.
Warnings as errors.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. So then, and again, I just use this as an example. So I like to take the raw here, and this is where I'll pop open cursor while
Okay.
one thing is happening with another. I want to wrap to release.
Do you ever have any issues running two agents in the same IDE?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. They step on each other's toes, or I'll get a little ADD waiting for an agent to finish, and I'll like completely mess over something. Use this file as an example and add in the extra to my mix EXS file. The repo link is I've got it up here. Okay. So again, I don't go any advanced agents. We'll just kind of let this thing cook.
Justin Dorfman goes agent battle.
Yeah. All right. Close that puppy. Let's take a look at here, because so then once it's done, I'll jump back and I'll double check like what files it changed. So here is our PromptVault. All right, nice. Elixir 118, we can play with that. Processing prompts with context, templates, and token counting. All right, that's legit.
Nice.
Homepage URL, coveralls. All right, so we'll test coveralls in a second. There's our package, Elixir Mentor. We don't need to probably do MIT here. Do you have any opinion on the
No.
license?
What is the? I love that license. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, WTF license.
Yeah.
README. We'll get to that in a second. Groups for modules. All right, so that did decent. We'll check that in a second. Guides. We don't have any guides yet. Start here. Now, the fact that this still references tick token, not terrible, but kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And I'm going to rename this. Well, so this is the surgical part, and so I'm going to find out where we reference tick token. I'm going to all right, so I want to rename this to reference my module to end. Search for all references, make the change, and make tests continue to pass. This is one I think we could do pretty easily ourselves, but
Yeah, but it's so
it is
nice
a
to
little
let it
easier.
just
So
auto
nice.
drive. I'm gonna just quick run to the bathroom. I'm gonna just mute.
Go for it. Oh, shoot. I messed up. It renamed it to just pretend tokenizer standalone when
Uh-oh.
I wanted it to do the whole thing. So we had to stop the agent and change it. That's the surgical part.
Sometimes manualness happens. Also, I realized video unmuted me, so sorry if you listened to me pee.
Oh.
But the stream missed it. It was still muted on the stream.
All right, so we'll wait till that's done. Okay, good. So I want to move the Git file now. That way our file name is changed. Nice little cleanup.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. We're getting ready. All right, so my part should be done here. So the next thing I would say is docs and a README, and then we'll be ready to publish. Are you signed up on hex.pm?
No, I better do that, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Hex.docs.pm.
Not docs, just the main site.
Just hex? Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Log in. Don't have an account. We'll do Elixir Mentor. I think Elixir Mentor will be my full name as well. Jacob at elixirmentor.com. Jacob at click on things that fit in the box. How would I know without a size reference? CAPTCHA, man. That monster truck might fit. All right, log in. Oh, I have to verify.
Nice, nice. Okay. So you will need to, I think it's hex.publish. We'll do that on the command line in just a second.
Okay,
I'm writing docs right now.
perfect. What was your prompt for that?
Read my code and generate a useful README for my project, provide badges for current compile status, hex version, hex docs link, and a short intro for how to use this project.
Awesome. And does it just use it's just using xdoc and just putting all the documentation above everything?
So this one is just the README. So let's look at our README here.
Okay, look at it go.
All right, hex not found, that's fine. Hex docs, CI. So we need to do our GitHub action. All right, toolkit for managing and processing prompts with context, templates, and token counting. PromptVault provides an immutable, token-aware context management system that helps you build robust LLM prompt pipelines with features like context management. No emojis. Remember when LLMs used to pump out emojis like crazy? This is the best.
Yeah, dude.
I need more emojis. PromptVault, new context. All right, that's cool. Yeah, count tokens. Render, nice. Message types. What's the weather like? Add media. Add message. Template true. Context compaction. I know this is sweet. This is pretty cool. Token counter. PromptVault new max tokens. Documentation. All right, that's good.
Yeah,
we added
cool.
a license. No, we need to add a license. License.md. MIT license. What's your email? Jacob.
Jacob at elixirmentor.com. Yeah,
Sweet.
perfect.
All right, we got our license. Let's put a little README here. New plans were generated on the Elixir Winter live stream to showcase.
Justin goes, thank you for going MIT and not WTF.
Yeah. Okay, so last piece of this. This is worth a commit now. I'm getting ahead of myself. Double check our tests. It's so easy to just speed ahead.
For real. You kind of forget that you could have
Yeah.
your agent run in too, you know? And like, I feel like you have to be a lot more on top of good commit messages because
Yeah, you
you can,
do.
at any moment, you can break everything.
So add a GitHub type code. Adding run test.
Should we
So
do
this now.
Credo and dial, di,
Yeah,
dialysizer? I always, it's a tough
dialyzer mix Credo.
dialyzer.
I do have a. Where is it? I have a trick for this. Quality mix Q.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Aliases. Okay, so this does formats, checks formatting, compiles warning as errors, Credo or dialyzer and Credo all. So
Perfect.
wow, that just cranked. Look at that. Let's check push, PR, test and format check. Yeah. Add a Credo check to our action. Oh, it's already there. It heard us.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
All right, all right.
I'll be impressed if this works like just out of the gate too.
Fix Credo and fix the warning. It's so easy to fix this stuff now because it can just clean this stuff up. Yeah, it's a good one. enum.empty. All right. Credo now passes with no issues. I don't know. What's your opinion on Dialyzer?
I mean, I feel like having like the specs is nice, you know?
Yeah, I go back and forth on it.
Especially I feel like the direction that Elixir is moving with the type safety
Yeah,
check, like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of nice. And it's good for documentation.
yeah, for sure.
Why? What do you think?
I have a love-hate relationship with it.
I mean, it's
I'm
annoying
very excited about the
when it
type
fails.
specs.
Yeah,
I found the errors difficult to parse and just solve and clean up.
yeah.
So
We're getting chat from X now and YouTube. Normally it's just YouTube. I love it.
sweet.
Oh, we got an error.
How bad is it?
Ooh,
Oh yeah, that's
that
a lot of
looks,
bad.
that is.
Yeah, this is exactly the thing with Dialyzer. I think
We
I'm
can
gonna
just
take
take
this
it out.
out.
Take it out.
Yeah,
It's not worth the headache right now.
yeah. Okay. So oh yes, that was our enum.empty. Solid, solid. Okay, so let's get that.
Wow, look at
Push,
that commit
push.
message.
Boom. The last thing I would say is, okay, so let's do mix. I think I have a good one on this one too. Boot right there.
Oh, nice. And it just
I'm gonna
opens it up
add,
in a
it just
browser.
opens it up. Yeah. Okay.
Look at
Look at that.
that. Wow, it's beautiful.
I don't know if we need any more than that.
It seems pretty good to me.
Hold the README in. Oh yeah, look at this. So PromptVault EEx engine is not organized under template engines. Let's clean that up. Template engines. Oh, that's because it's okay. All right, LLM. RE.
Oh, is it a typo?
Typo.
Okay.
There we go. Cleaned it up. All right. Little polish, little spit and polish. I'm going to commit this and then you're going to release it.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
Commit, push. Okay. You're up.
All right. Let's see. Push that button. Now my screen is up. All right. So if I do a git pull. All right. We'll mix test.
I'll check our tests. Oh, it's still running. All right, we'll see. That's good. That's good news that it's still running. So you need to do, I think it's mix hex.publish or mix hex.login. I forget which one.
Let's see. Let's find a README, I guess, right? Packages, docs.
Docs. Yeah, here you go. Publishing packages.
Publishing packages.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I
you
just
registered.
do I have to just register? Is it
It's the one you
no?
logged in with right now. Yeah.
Right. Is there a login? Hex. Okay. Mix hex user. All right. Let's just mix hex. I already
Try
forgot.
hex.login.
Dot user login.
Yeah.
Invalid art auth. Maybe that's mix.
Maybe do mix help and because
I think I just have to do auth.
oh yeah, there you go. Good. I missed that one.
And now I forgot my username. Elixir mentor. All right, and I'm gonna off screen find my password because I don't trust you guys. Okay, so we'll do that. And my password. All right, and then I think mix hex dot user who am I? All right, cool. And then naming your package. We already have all this in there.
Yeah, we're good there.
Now just mix hex publish.
Yeah.
All right. We just built, I've never done this before. This is a first.
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's kind of exciting. All right.
Okay, so there is a way to do dry runs of this if you are so inclined. I forget the command flag, but we probably don't need it at this point.
Should I just do it?
Yeah. We may run into an error, may do something weird. Our CI failed, but only for a silly reason.
Oh, what did it fail over?
There's a Credo strict error
Oh.
of a
Whoops.
code readability.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we can clean that up. Here's our README that ran.
Nice.
All right, so view. Okay, view. Okay, we already did that. Okay, local. Why, dude, it is typing my password character at a time in front of everyone. 1 second. Oh my gosh.
So the local password thing is, I think it's different, at least in mine, is different than my hex password.
There it goes. I was putting in the wrong password.
Oh, dude. Yeah, sweet. It published it. There it is, PromptVault.
Let's go to it. Let's check it out. Dude, that's pretty cool.
Then go to hex.pm. We're the newest package out there.
Just hex, huh?
Yeah, hex.pm. And under recently updated down there, #1.
Hey, cool. All
Pretty
right.
cool. Pretty cool.
Let's check out the GitHub. Look at that.
We can fix the if
We
you want to
have.
go into, yeah, we can fix the
I think we have to.
strict.
Do you want to take off the
Isn't that
strict or
crazy?
that is crazy? Do we want to take off the strict or just refactor?
Let's see what it said.
Let's see what the actual failure is.
I didn't even look at the failures.
Whoops.
Alphabetical.
Let's
That's
just
interesting.
run.
Prefer using an implicit try rather than an explicit try.
I say
Why?
let's make it fix it, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
So I would do a new
Run.
thread
Okay.
because and this is the context, the token management stuff. You can either do a plus icon at the top near the gear. Yeah. That's where I would just do a new thread and just tell it to run Credo strict, fix the errors.
Link the repo when you're done. I think I linked it, but I'll link it again. There you go. Only 8 readability issues. Claude code would take like 3 minutes or less. All right. It looks like it's already done.
Almost.
Oh no, it's still working. Let me show the chat. There we go. I'm curious now. So how many free credits do we have left? It's pretty good. $4, almost 5. And we built a whole hex package.
Not bad, right?
Yeah. In 2 hours. But now I accidentally just became a maintainer of a package.
Yes, you did. Here's a
you're
free puppy.
you're tied to it. You're stuck too.
I'm happy to help maintain that.
All right. Are we done?
I mean, we just
Yeah.
published something. We'll wait and see how it goes.
No more
Pretty
issues.
sweet.
All right, so I'll just do a
You're gonna push the release, and then I would go check your GitHub Actions file too. Or no, we're gonna leave it, right? Are we gonna leave it?
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
So
leave it.
publish that as a fix.
So we'll publish this.
Sweet, sweet.
All right. And now we should get a passing CI.
It'll take a second.
Yeah. Justin goes, this is so much better than Saturday morning cartoons. I agree. It's fun. And look, like I learned a whole bunch of new tools today. So that's kind of fun.
Sweet, good.
Yeah.
Coverage, coveralls. We could ship it to coveralls. We can worry about that later. I like this though. This is cool.
It is cool. All right. I hope this passes now. I think it will. Michael, Elixir devs eating spinach and vibe coding.
You know it.
That's right. Popeye style. Do I need to republish this?
Yeah, we could bump the version and republish it. You want to do that too, real quick? It's given that it's the Credo stuff.
Yeah, it
The
doesn't really
mix.
matter.
Yeah, I would probably just leave it at 1010. Yep, it
Yeah,
passed. Sweet.
we'll leave it. And yep, we got pass in CI. Amazing. And PromptVault, guys, go check it out.
It's cool. It's a real open source project. And it
Yeah,
does something useful too.
for sure. Now we gotta just use it. I'm excited, actually.
So here's one. Let's go into and ask it to make a LiveBook script
Okay. All
for
right.
teaching people how to use PromptVault.
Okay. Do I want a new thread?
I do a new thread. Yeah.
Okay. And now just create. You can do a force on hex publish in a pinch if you don't want to bump the version.
And I think that Hex has a thing where if it's an hour old, you can do it too.
Okay. It doesn't really matter though, because it's like
Yeah.
just a silly refactor. What is the prompt that I should use for this? What do we want to do?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Let's see. We want.
It's kind of starting a whole new thing. So I want to create a live book to make it easy to learn PromptVault. And so, write me, create a guides folder or a live book folder and write me a live book file to do this. Yeah.
To let's see.
Explain all the features of PromptVault.
Does that seem enough? Let's go. Oh, I always forget I
Yeah,
had
do
to
it.
hold command. Oh, did we had to run coveralls to see our coverage too? Because like
Oh yeah.
it's above
We
80, right? Because it's passing, which is kind of cool. Let me see.
83%.
Dang, that's
Mixed,
not bad.
not
Is
bad.
it? What is the? How do I run it? Coveralls.
Mixed test dash cover. So coveralls is just a reporter. Mixed test and XUnit and the suite already has coverage testing in it.
Is it just cover or coverage?
Yeah, that's it. Yep, cover.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Whoa, that's weird.
PromptVault.
Oh,
Okay, let's close there.
do mixed deps. That's weird. That's weird.
Do we have?
Did something change? Let me pull the latest and see. What version of Elixir are you on?
Oh, let's see. What is ASDF? Is it just list
Info?
info?
I think is it info?
Oh, that
No,
works.
that's
Oh, nope. ASDF LS? ASDF. Is it just list? Here we go. I'm on
oh yeah,
1.18.1.
you should be fine. So do yeah, try it again. Mix test. Just do mix test first. Yeah, see if that.
That worked.
So that error is weird. I'm not getting that warning.
The liquid engine one.
Yeah.
Git pull. Hmm.
That's weird. But yeah, try it again. Mix test cover. Okay, we've successfully found a bug of something.
All right, let's all right, created LiveBook folder. Let's see what happened here. Okay.
Sweet. I'm gonna go play with this right now once you commit it. I'm excited for the code we just wrote.
Unable to generate. What is going on? Just generate it. There we go. Okay, push. And now I'm going to ask it to, you want to share your screen when you play with the
Sure.
LiveBook? All right. And then I'm going to ask it to run mix test cover. I just want to see what it does.
All right, so here's my mix test cover.
And it runs.
PromptVault, git pull, mix test cover. Oh, so it did pull it in. That's good. But I'm still not having the issue.
And your
There's our
cover's running.
83.4%.
That's pretty good. I'm impressed by that
That's pretty
coverage.
good. It's pretty good.
It's not
I'll take
90 like, the plan
Doctor.
had, but 83 is pretty good.
Yeah. This is my other favorite one. Mixed doctor. A little doctoring on the package. So it tells you what your documentation coverage is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's one I've used for Judo quite a bit. Spec coverage. And so it'll be smart about whether you need spec coverage or not, and it'll give you, all of that. So I have total dot coverage, total module dot coverage, and total spec coverage, which is what you want.
So AMP is blaming coveralls. Oh, I can try running mixed coveralls, I guess. Mix.
See, that's annoying now. Clauses with the same name and arity should be grouped together. Def p do render. Whoop, where'd you go, cursor? I switched to Ghosty.
Okay.
From iTerm 2. So Mitchell.
I'm gonna push a change that gets rid of the
go for it.
That warning.
Perfect.
In Liquid Engine.
LiveBook. All right, so let's take our LiveBook and I'm going to manually import it. New notebook or open. Source. Import. Imported notebook. No code. It's been executed so far. So now we're going to pull it from. Okay.
Mix hex publish force.
Okay. Welcome to PromptVault Interactive Guide. We'll walk you through all the features and capabilities. Elixir Toolkit. Nice. Context management. Creating your first context. Let's start by creating a basic context and adding some messages. First new context. Nice. There's our inspect protocol. That's cool. That
is cool.
I'd maybe just call that prompt, but still, I like it. Evaluate. Messages in our context. Role system, you are a helpful assistant. Template is nil. Engine is nil. Assigns are nil. Prompt message. Okay, so we've got 2 messages. All right, we're good. Token counting. Token limits. Oh.
Uh-oh.
So it counted the first token, but it does not like token count 2. Yeah, so that's an enhancement. So this is where using it is always really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that and so this is where there's some sort of like, I don't know, serendipity or just fun with LLMs taking it through, because it's like, why would you ever do that? And it just added it. Now, thinking about it a little bit more, I don't like that API. I
Yeah.
think that I think we did the right thing of forcing the context. So let's do, where's our context? Interesting. So protocol string.char is not implemented for type context. Let's do inspect, which is fine. I don't know if we want to implement it for type context.
How's it going,
So it's
Skid?
pulling content, pulling context. All right, so I'm not opposed to that, but that's a little weird. There's some friction there is what I would say. But I'm cool with that. So let's delete that one. Reevaluate. Okay. Message types. IO inspect. I wonder if our inspect protocol is a little aggressive.
What is it doing? Sorry, I was.
Prompt message, you're a helpful assistant. Can you understand PromptVault? Prompt message, what's the weather like today? I'd be happy to check the weather. Control messages for.
All right, so it wasn't the force flag. It was you can do a replace flag and it will push with the same version.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can only do that within the first hour.
Okay.
Media map. See how this one does. Whoa. Oh, that's a tool call one. I jumped ahead. That's cool though. Response schema. Did that right.
Yeah.
Properties. Now, I think for the scope of our module, converting this to a LangChain tool call, we did not implement anything that would take that map, that response schema map, and turn it into a JSON object because the keys are atoms instead of strings. So just something that we'll have to, maybe make a GitHub ticket for. Because for major Elixir LLM client libraries, that was a bit of friction that I ran into when I was doing all the Jito AI stuff.
Oh, okay,
But
that's good to know.
all right, so we got some friction in here too. Unknown engine. That's an error.
Yep.
Unknown engine.
Uh-oh. Guys, pull this library out of your production project. Don't use it yet.
Seriously, don't go live yet. Don't go live yet. Doing a little integration testing right now. It's most of the way there though. I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, and then it doesn't do the summarizer, so we should build in probably like a direct open router call. There's like Llama 3B is a free call on open router with an open router key. So you could do like free compaction.
That would be cool.
Yeah, Skid, we got to do some background music going. There's a I just shout out to my friend who's like the original vibe coder before vibe coding was a thing. I got to find his background music. YouTube. Now, where is it? Come on, man. Where's
See, I never really used LiveBook. I've putz around with it, but it's kind of like this is a cool way to like kind of test things.
Yeah, I did a bunch of these when I was building my agents. Um, I'm trying to find the YouTube video. There's a good one of like
Skid, you don't want us to beatbox. It'd be bad. I'd be spitting all over my mic.
finding it on YouTube, and of course I can't find it. The algorithm,
It's
the
against
algorithm pushed
us.
it down.
Yeah.
This is the closest one I can find.
I'm curious if it'll come through.
Oh, nope. Pasting.
All right, let's see.
I have tried the Z editor. I have not tried the Z debugger that came out this week. The Jupyter kernel for Elixir, yeah, that's a live view that we need to do. That would be wicked cool. I would watch that for sure. All right, back to this. So it looks like we have some integration testing to do. Working with context immutability, that all works really well. Error handling, updated context is unused, that's fine. Prompt helper, prompt new. Yeah, so this is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. There's a couple of stories I would take out of, integration. But yeah, we'll submit an issue. We'll do a pull request.
Yeah, perfect.
That are I mean, for a decent, I mean, the quality on this is pretty good, right?
It's not
For
bad.
live code, for vibe coding with Elixir, um, these backend modules, when you can prompt it right. But I still believe it really comes from those O3 prompts. That's been my experience. You
You
have
had to
really
have
high quality input prompts.
I was gonna say you have to have a good plan of attack, and then as long because
Yeah,
it keeps it on track as well, right?
for sure.
Yeah,
For
I've
sure.
found having a good markdown file or files, right? You can
Yes.
like on like larger projects, I'll have explaining architecture, where to find things, because like it's hard to keep.
Yeah.
You can't keep a huge project in context, so
No.
you need a smaller way to kind of like remind it how to at least plan. But yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You need to spend most time vibing on your base prompt. That's true. You definitely do. The base prompt is important.
I'd consider this a success. Where do you want
I
to? Where do you want to go from here?
I don't know. I think that's good. I think like we've been going for over
Yeah,
2 hours. We'll have to come back. We'll have to do another session. This was a lot of fun.
I would love that. This is a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me.
So yeah,
It's like like last week I didn't know how it was gonna go. I think it was last
Yeah.
week. I didn't know how it was gonna go, and it ended up being a ton of fun. And then when you tweeted at me and you're like, "When's it
Oh
my
yeah, I love
turn?"
this.
I was like, "Dude, let's go." This is like the easiest content to make too, because it's just on
Yeah.
the fly. You don't edit anything. It's nice. Yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. And I love like when the chat is active. It makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But
Thanks everybody.
yeah, thanks, Mike.
We
This was a lot
will
of fun. And
I'm definitely going to use this package too.
yeah, I had to start like using LLMs in projects so I can use this now. Let's see. I want to just tell everyone when you're coming back on, and I had to find the podcast. Let's see. Greg was just on. It's Zach is on. So Zach Daniel is coming on July 11th. And then I think you're the 25th.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
July
sounds good. Sounds
25th.
good.
So that'll be fun. We won't be coding, but we'll be talking about it's Jito.
Cheeto. Yeah. Cheeto.
Jito.
We'll
So
have some good well maybe we'll do something. We'll do something fun. Vibe code a Elixir agent or a swarm of agents, maybe if I have swarms done by then. So
yeah. Well, we'll have to do another live stream where we code. The podcasts I like to keep more conversational because I put those up
yeah,
on
perfect.
Spotify and stuff. But yeah, this was a lot of fun.
I will yeah, thanks for inviting me on. I appreciate it. Dan
Yeah,
teaching
man.
me how to do all this live stream stuff. So
Hey,
have a great day.
I don't know what I'm doing. I just
Hey, we just you can just do things now. It's amazing. The
I
world, like
just
I'm happy and optimistic.
yeah, for
So
sure. All right, well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of your
thanks.
weekend, and thanks a lot, Mike.
No
See you
problem.
guys.